Low down, dirty mother fluffers. Man, it's my fourth time trying to record this video. The first time, my audio was out. So let me just go ahead and make sure my audio is working right. Instead of being a dumb mother fluffer. All right. So my audio is working. All right. Now, I got a filibuster for about 3 minutes. Y'all deal with me because of the AI algorithm. I'm going to say this to you. I'm a tad bit upset with the fact that I didn't hit the right damn button. I didn't hit the button. It's my fault. It ain't got nothing to do with the lizard people. It's my fault. I didn't do right. Now I'm going to say this to you before I get started. We've been walking down this rabbit hole. And kind of we fell off in there, but we stopped at a cliff, right? The last video was the cliff. We on the cliff. We taking a break. We made a little fire. We had the little fire started. You know, the magnesium fire started. We got a little fire. You know what I'm saying? We warmed up. I could tell my favorite show is Naked and Afraid. They be making them fires. They be wilding. But nonetheless, got 2 minutes. So we made a fire on the cliff. You know what I'm saying? We had a little lean-to, even though we're in a rabbit hole. The sun was coming up from the bottom of the rabbit hole, from the inner earth. And, you know, we a little hot right now in these streets. I ain't gonna lie, we hot out here in these streets because we talking about things that make us hot. And so I was telling you in the last video that, you know, they had the King Lizard was talking about these 2 circumstances under which he needed to prove to us that there's a concept, an idea that free will and that we have spirits and that we have the right to choose. He needed to prove to us that ain't real. He said, that's over with. It's over. It's over. And I paused it and I was telling you, he looked like the little dude that says it puts the lotion on its skin. Remember that? Y'all remember that? You remember that over there? What about you? You remember that? Yeah, everybody remember that, right? So then after that, I said, well, there's these 2 criteria that they need to meet in order to prove that to you. One of the criteria that the lizard man laid out was the fact that there needed to be election. The other criteria was that they need to prove that, you know, these things ain't your choices. And the other thing he said was food. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, and I say, self, yeah, what this lizard up to? He gonna try and prove it to y'all. So then I just start searching the news real quick. I'm just searching, 30 seconds out, bear with me. I'm searching the news. Then I see it. And I'm like, oh, hell, you dirty mother fluffers. Yeah. That's what you're doing, you dirty mother fluffers. Because it's all over the place. And I see the pre-programming for these dirty mother fluffers. Now remember, if you go all the way back to the earlier videos, 7 seconds. You go back to the earlier videos, 3 seconds. You go back to the earlier videos. You go back to the earlier damn videos. These mother fluffers. We showed you how the mother fluffing media is just going boom, boom. Everybody with the same talking points. Talking point, right? We passed 3 minutes. Let's get it popping. Talking point. So now we know the mechanism. We know we got oxytocin, which makes you trust. I told y'all. They say it's the trust hormone. I say it's the rape your mind hormone. It's the equivalent of, you know, sliding your hand up the girl's shirt and getting to the bra, you know what I'm saying, and just pinching the bra together with your thumb. If you're a man, I did this before. You grab right there, you pinch like that, get them hooks to come off, boop, and they pop off. That's what they're doing with that oxytocin. They just popping that bra off, boop. You got to push, boom, push, boom. Yeah, you don't know about that. Push, boom. But nonetheless, that's what they're doing. So I'm like, self. Yeah. Where is that? So I showed y'all the first video of what he was wilding at, right? It was wilding. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to show you what came out yesterday. We back recording now. This is what happened yesterday in the news. This is why you got to be paying attention. You're telling y'all, pay attention. You need to pay attention. Play now, quit playing with it.
State health officials are monitoring 70 people after they say they were potentially exposed to a highly pathogenic avian flu last month. They're dairy farm workers who may have come in contact with animals. None are reporting symptoms. Now, in a town hall today, officials said the risk to the general public is low. While bird flu doesn't usually affect cows, the H5N1 virus.
Pause, stop. To those of you who are in the Stankonia Ambassador's Army, who want to know if what the Stankonia Ambassador is saying is true, you can test the theory. All you need to do is find these exact talking points. They're all going to start the same way. Every one of them going to start their news thing the same way. And you need to go find somebody else in another city or another state that's saying the same thing. Let's see how he started. It's easy.
State health officials are monitoring 70 people after they say they were potentially exposed to a highly pathogenic avian flu last month.
Now, mind you, I don't know if you've ever been in a news studio, but you know he's reading from a teleprompter, right? You know he's reading from a teleprompter, right? I need you to understand this. I'm not reading from a teleprompter. Ain't got no damn prompter. I'm just spitting it off the top of the dome. You know what I'm saying? He reading from a teleprompter. Yeah, this motherfucker right here reading from a teleprompter. So I'm gonna need you, if you want to see if I'm telling the truth or not, because I'm not gonna do it. I ain't got no time for that. Go see if anybody else using the same talking point. First 10 seconds, always the same. First 10 seconds, always the same. But I need you to finish watching it.
They're dairy farm workers who may have come in contact with animals. None are reporting symptoms. Now, in a town hall today, officials said the risk to the general public is low. While bird flu doesn't usually affect cows, the H5...
Now, I want you to remember, today is Thursday the 9th. Today they said the risk is low. This is my prediction. May, June, July, August, September, October, June, July. By August, the risk ain't gonna be low no more. By August, because that's September, October, November. Yeah, by August, people gonna be jumping up and down. Oh my Lord, we gotta kill all the chickens. We gotta kill all the cattle. We gotta kill everything gotta die. We don't have no food because they had to kill every damn thing. You understand what I'm saying to you? All the food got to go. If not, because if you eat it, you're going to get sick. You're going to have the bird flu if you eat it. You heard what I'm saying to you? But this is the lizard people putting their lizard plan in motion. And how do we know this is their lizard plan? I'm going to reiterate this to you. This happened today. I want you to understand, how do we know the lizard? Let me finish playing this. Stop there. Slow down. Slow down, Stink on the ambassador. Slow your ambassador behind down.
N1 virus has been detected in 9 states. Experts say the commercial milk and meat supply is regularly tested for bird flu and is safe to eat. The USDA is also looking into guidance for cattle shows and fairs this upcoming season. Now, the first ever case of bird flu spreading to humans was detected in Colorado back in 2022. That has not been reported in the state this year.
Hold on, my phone ringing. Hold on. Yeah. Oh my Lord, this is Joe Biden. Joe, you finally calling the Stankonia ambassador back, Joe? What you want to talk about? The alien abductions? You the president. I ain't the president. I'm the ambassador. You the one letting all the big leg white women, skinny leg black women. You letting the Bigfoot black women, you letting them get kidnapped, Joe? This is under your watch. Now, if you want to step down and make the ambassador president, then we could do something. But until then, Joe, I can only do what's within the limits of my power and my ability. Joe, let me ask you a question. Joe, you a lizard? What was going on with your neck, dog? For real. That was the nape of your neck, Joe. That was the nape of your neck. I don't want that was the nape of your neck, Joe. Huh? I'm just saying something wrong with the nape of your neck, man. Everybody telling me you dehydrated. How much water you drink? Listen, man, I got people waiting on me to finish talking. I appreciate the phone call. There's nothing more I can do. The ambassador has limitations to what he can do. I've already traded celebrities. I understand that you like the celebrity. What? Don't be mad at me because I'm trading people that was at P. Diddy party. You shouldn't have been at a damn Diddy party anyway, Joe. Listen, I can't do this with you. I can't do it. God damn, Joe, man. Back to what I was saying, man. So I'm telling y'all, at the end of the day, the lizard people is out here and he on your neck. Watch this. Watch this. Now, where did it all come from? Where did it all come from? Where he went? Where King Lizard went? Oh, yeah, King Lizard. You around here somewhere, King Lizard. I know you're on my computer. I know you're on my computer, King Lizard. I had to edit this part out. There he is. Bring King Lizard back. Let's reestablish
Ideally,
it. Let me move it. That's when he's doing it puts the lotion on his skin. Here we go.
he knows what's happening inside me. Democracy for this new era in which humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over.
Okay. Let's get back focused because Joe distracted me. So this dirty sandy bitch, this dirty sandy beach, this no good mother fluffer. He decides that he gonna tell you you ain't got no free will. You don't get to decide who you vote for. You definitely don't get to decide what you eat. And on the heels of this, we get this thing about, you know, flu. That's what we get on the heels of it, right? Yeah. But why? You know, because I'm sitting there telling myself, I'm saying, so, you know, there's got to be a purpose for evil. People don't just do evil just to do evil. It's a part of a bigger plan, a larger plan. These lizard people got to have a plan. And so I'm sitting there trying to dissect the lizard plan. And I talked to Ruach. I said, Ruach, I need to understand what these lizard people are doing. Because it makes sense, but it don't make no sense, right? And so I start to look at these other lizards. Yeah, I look at the other lizards. And I realize something. You see, if you got a plan to do something dirty, right, to everybody, but it's a group of lizards, they got to have a discussion on how it's going to affect each and every other lizard. Each and every king lizard from locations around the world, they got to have a discussion. Because, like, let's say I'm the Stankonia ambassador to the U.S., right? Let's say you the Stankonia ambassador to Kenya, and I get the busting moves over there in Kenya. And it's going to affect that ambassador over there in Kenya. Me and him should have a conversation, right? We should at least talk about the ramifications of what's going to happen. So I said, let me go find where they're talking about the ramifications. Because they got to have some ramifications, right? So I go look. I'm going looking, and I find them talking about the ramifications. Watch this. Watch this. Where'd it go? Yeah. Them lizard people be talking about y'all. And the crazy thing is, man, they talk like you ain't got no ears. They talk like you can't even understand what they're saying. Like they from a whole nother planet.
We all see the growing complexity of the last few years.
Pause, growing complexity. Why is the last few years complex? Can anybody out here tell me why these years are complex? Why have the last 4.5, 5 years been so damn complex? Dirty mother fluffers. This is how they started off, right? This is them talking to each other.
Whether that is a slowdown in growth rates, higher interest rates, growing geopolitical shifts, rapid technological transformation.
Now, Queen Lizard here is laying out the talking points. This is what they're going to talk about now. This is framing a conversation. Now, for those of y'all know much about influence and conversation, you frame your conversation when you like in a meeting like this, you're going to frame it. You laying out the framework for what we're going to touch. So everybody know what we're going to talk about. A, B, C, D. It happened over here with this lizard.
Come to terms
in this conversation. Remember when homegirl started saying, what is that? What she started talking? Right here. This is when she started laying out all the things that the framework of everything they accomplished. Remember? All right, now let me get back over here.
And many global challenges that show no signs of abating.
So these global challenges show no sign of abating. That's the framework, which is the lizards telling you all this stuff we about to talk about, you can't do a damn thing about it. We the ones that can solve this problem. And here they go.
So FDI is going down, according to UNCTAD. And at the same time, according to the FDI Confidence Index, there's a lot of positive sentiment.
We underappreciate the technological changes that are going on in medical research. The key differentiation from areas that you're seeing growth is rule of law, all the foundations that allow people to have long-term optimism in some regions and short-term pessimism in other places. We're going to
All right. Sounds real fluffy. We're underestimating the growth of technology in medicine. Now I'm going to translate this to you. In context of what the other lizard's been saying, this lizard right here, put it all in context.
No reason to live close to work or close to the academic center.
Yeah.
There's no, the city centers are losing their function right now.
Yeah, I mean, everything is being digitalized, everything is being monitored.
And the elderly are isolated.
You have not only the elderly, also the young are isolated, and we are in the midst of a tremendous social upheaval. We can't go back, but it doesn't mean that the future has to be bad. It's often said that you should never allow a good crisis to go to waste.
All right, we established what the hell is going on. Now we're back over here to these lizard people. Y'all heard it. I didn't say it, you heard it.
You have to really seriously transform the role of these global development banks, because their role in terms of helping the global south and the...
So we got a crisis that we can't let go to waste. Then we're going to change the roles. Keep listening.
The emerging world has been inhibited quite a bit.
For us, entrepreneurship and innovation is alive and well. It's not abating at all. If anything, as Larry was alluding to, it's accelerating.
You have great hope for them to become innovators and growing. And when there is political stabilities and great international companies come in, you have great hope for these emerging, Saudi Arabia, but many other emerging countries. Indonesia, India is definitely leading the trend. So I am optimistic about what is happening in the emerging countries, and I think we will see great potential there.
Now, Paul, and let us take on the ambassador translate what's going on. I'm in 17 minutes. Ain't nobody listening to me. YouTube ain't paying no attention. So they destroyed everything. The lizard people destroyed all the world economy. You got mass migration going on all over the world. People coming from China over to South America, up to America, people going into Europe, people going to Sweden, because all the economy has been destroyed. But they talk about south of the equator during this whole conversation, and how banks need to do more to help people south of the equator. Does that make any damn sense to you? You broke the system because you're a lizard. It's like you lick the button with your lizard tongue, put all kind of grease on it, and the button won't work anymore. Everything is broken. And now you sitting here discussing amongst king lizards how good it's going to be. But who we talking about how good it's going to be for? Don't worry, they're going to explain it to you. They ain't talking about you and me. Yeah. They don't give a damn about us. These mother fluffers don't care nothing about us. They only care about themselves. Yeah.
I think the Great Divide's going to get worse.
Have we heard about the Great Divide before with these mother fluffers?
The Great Divide.
Look at that look on her face. Watch this, watch this, watch this. See, these little things you got to notice. Watch this, watch this, watch this.
I think the Great Divide's going to get worse.
See that smile? Look at that smile. Yeah, the Great Divide's going to get worse. Get excited about it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to see these lizards for the lizards. Look at that. Now, you know what the Great Divide is, right? I'm pretty sure there might be some new people. I apologize. There might be some new people. Hold on. Because some of y'all might be new. Y'all going to be like, oh, dog, waters, you retarded. You don't know what you talking about. You crazy. You boo, boo, boo. I forgot. We got some new people. Hold on. Let me see if I can find them. He should be talking about it right here. Yes, sir.
Possibility is this creation of a new massive class of useless people. Another possibility is the division of humankind into different biological castes, with the rich being upgraded into virtual gods and the poor being degraded to this level of useless people.
That's your damn Great Divide right there. All right. So now we define what the Great Divide is. For those of y'all who be like, you don't know what you're talking about. That's your Great Divide. You understand? So when you see her smiling like this, that little wicked smile, hold on, girl. Who told y'all could talk, lizards? I didn't tell y'all lizards y'all could talk. Gotta shut your mother fluffing mouth, lizard. Hold on, give me a second. Get them lizards on the screen big. All right, so now we know why the little lizard woman's smiling. Let me go back. I'm gonna let you see that smile.
I think the Great Divide's going to get worse.
The Great Divide?
The wealthy and the poorer countries. I think
Within and between countries.
Within and between countries. Let me play it again.
Divide?
The wealthy and the poorer countries. I think
Within and between countries.
Within between countries, I think the divide is going to occur through.
Now, see this man right here, this thing right here. He's a smart lizard. He ain't like the other lizard. The other lizard is a prophet lizard. This is a lizard prophet.
There's another TED Talk coming up.
Right here. His job is to prophesy over your life. So he goes out and boldly says, this is what it's going to be. This is what's going to happen. This is over. He's a prophet. And see, what happens is, as he walks out and he prophesies his lizard prophecy over your life, and you don't reject it, then he got the right to do it to you. Matter of fact, I reject your prophecy over my life in the name of Jesus Christ, and I hope you burn in hell. Yes, I hope he dies, and he deserves to burn in hell. Now back to what they were saying. Back to the smart, super smart lizard. See, that's the prophet lizard. This the financial backer lizard. This the one that's the banker lizard. He the one that put up all the bread.
The middle class developing countries that have a foundation of education. These countries will rapidly develop robotics and AI and technology. And so the paradigm of negative population growth is going to be changing.
All right. Translate. In context, ladies and gentlemen, Stankonians, because all of y'all here are now in the territory of Stankonian. When he says the paradigm of low growth, or the paradigm of low populations is going to change, the existing paradigm is this. If you have low population growth or declining population growth, your economy cannot grow. Reason why is because you don't have nobody to work. What he's saying is, it's so now remember, these are king lizards talking to king lizards. So he's saying to the other king lizards, look, I don't want y'all to worry about the fact that the population is declining in nations, because it doesn't matter, because robotics and because of AI, we're going to be able to continue the production and making money. We don't need the people. Remember, this lizard over here is telling y'all, watch, let's go back.
Thank you a lot for making the trip. Thank you.
Thanks. And then the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Got it. Okay. Keeping it all in context, because we're bouncing around. So the question is, what do we need humans for? What do we need so many humans for, right? Back to the king lizard. This is him. This is the prophet talking to everybody, right? Now, this is the lizards talking among themselves in a private discussion, because they know people don't watch these kind of things when they be running all spouting at the mouth.
For those countries that have rising populations, the answer paradigm of negative developing countries that have a foundation of education. These countries will rapidly develop robotics and AI and technology. And so the paradigm of negative population growth is going to be changing.
The paradigm of negative population growth is going to be changing. The existing context of negative population growth, which is what I referred to earlier, is going to be changing. Because now they can sustain and create and produce things with that same negative population growth. Now, the most interesting thing about this is, when you listen to what this man is saying, or what this lizard is saying, he makes it clear that not every nation is going to have declining population growth. Not every nation is going to be poisoned to death. He makes it clear, because then he swings the conversation to the other nations. Now, understand, in context of conversation, who this man is. Look his name up. I'm not going to say his name. But in context, this man is control about 85 to 87% of all CEOs of all Fortune 500 companies. With his fund, got so much bread, so much paper, that this lizard controls the CEOs about 80 to 85% of companies. So what you're listening to is the dawn of lizards telling you what's going to happen. Now, over here, we got nations with declining population. How that population declines, I don't know what's making the population decline right now. Oh, I couldn't tell you what it is. Listen to what he says next.
For those countries that have rising populations.
So we know that there will be countries that have rising populations. Why is their population rising? Why? By the way, those are called emerging nations.
The answer will be education.
The importance of human capital. All these new industries of the future, the main determinant is the quality of the human capital that's available.
This is where I'm going to stop. Because these dirty sandy beaches get on my nerves. Make my eyes hurt, make my brain hurt. And I'm going to keep it 100% real with y'all. Oh, my goodness. Somebody's going to say, James, these aren't lizard people. I expect to see tongues and eyes changing and everything else. Showing y'all videos of lizard people, and I've shown you videos of lizard people in power, and I've shown you their eyes changing. I've shown you all that. When they start talking about human capital, I need you to understand both naturally and spiritually what's being said. It made me take my hat off. Watch this. Remember in the Bible when the Pharisees was challenging Jesus and they was talking about him paying taxes, and he was like, they asked about taxes. He told them, give me the coin. He looked at the money, he said, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, right? People don't understand the significance. By the way, he called them a brood of vipers, a bunch of serpents. And one of the things the serpents was doing, it was in there doing money changing inside of the temple. These is a whole bunch of money changes right here, nonetheless. But here's what I need you to understand. The significance of that and the significance of what they're saying. Every currency of a nation has the image of its owners on it, right? So that's a quarter. You and I are made in God's image. So we're his currency. That's who his children are. We're his currency. And when these lizard people start talking about you as cattle, useless eaters, and human currency, it's the gravest insult on the planet. It's the gravest insult on the planet. These mother fluffers have lost their mind. They have lost their mother fluffing mind because they're lizard people. They are 100% lizard people. Understand, if you're viewed as human capital, what's done with capital, it's spent. And so therefore you spend your whole life. Your whole entire life is spent inside that system the way they want you to spend it. People be like, oh, it's the matrix. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's real damn simple is what it is, mother fluffer. It's real simple. You can decide if you're going to be their human capital or not. But that's what it is. That's how come we can talk about population growth going down, another word for depopulation, because you capital. That's all I'm going to say, because I'm about to lose it. And I'm done. I'm done, and I'm done.